Ready.
The remnants of blood orange in the compost and navel oranges in the trash, along with the stains on the cutting board, told you only blood oranges and navel oranges were included. The cake tin in the sink had remnants of caramel in the bottom, a clue that today's dessert was inverted after baking, leading to an upside-down cake.
Okay, guys, who fell short tonight?
On balance, the team that performed the worst in this elimination bake and who's going home tonight is... Davian and Donovan. I'm sorry, guys. And what you baked was actually delicious. But unfortunately, you were just nowhere near the mystery dessert.
The name is Crime Scene Kitchen, and I think that we got the clues a little too wrong.
Yolanda, you're everything to me. Thank you for being you.
Thank you so much, guys. A big round of applause for Donovan and Davian.
These tears are not tears of sadness. I'm just happy right now that I got to do this with my bro.
This was the most bonding experience that we've had since we've became brothers. And
Facts.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Facts.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Facts.
All right, you guys and our safety bake winners, Steph and Cherry, have all survived. You have next week off, so we can challenge the other group, your competition, the classically trained bakers. Good night, everyone, and please enjoy whatever show Gordon Ramsay's hawking after this.
Right on, you guys.
First News at 9 starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Justin Geck in for Alan Miller tonight. Thank you for joining us. A North Dakota legislative study this year estimates the oil industry lost more than 10,000 oil field workers since 2019. As state and industry leaders look for ways to replenish the workforce, one group's plan is set to start this month. Michael Anthony has more on North Dakota Petroleum Council's Bach and Grow program.
Bach and Grow, which stands for Global Recruitment of Oil Workers, was designed to bring in legal immigrants to the oil field. Right now, the focus is on Ukrainians who were displaced due to Russia's invasion. Project manager Brent Sanford said 15 workers are set to begin life in North Dakota later this month. As Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues, humanitarian efforts have been made to help eligible Ukrainian citizens come to the United States to work. Sanford said refugees are very eager to not only make money, but possibly find a new home in America.
I interviewed a man and I asked what his concerns are. He said he has no concerns coming to the United States. He said, my apartment was leveled. The factory I work in was destroyed. My family and I are living in the Czech Republic, and it's temporary, and I'm really looking forward to coming to the United States.
Bach and Grow utilizes the United for Ukraine program, which allows Ukrainians to come to the United States for up to 2 years. Throughout the month, 15 Ukrainian workers will show up in either Minot or Dickinson to work with several oil field businesses, living in extended stay hotels similar to other employees. The local Chamber of Commerce will assist the Ukrainians in getting them acclimated to their new environment.
The communities are so excited. We've got Ukrainian Cultural Institute in Dickinson, and you've got a lot of ethnic Ukrainians living in that area. So you can imagine there's some excitement and just trying to see if this works.
Sanford said the employers expect them to either start work or training within days of them arriving to town. Sanford said he hopes to have more Ukrainians in Williston and Wofford City in the future. Petroleum Council President Ron Ness said if this program is successful, they want to replicate it towards other countries.
We'll now send things over to our chief meteorologist, Kevin Lawrence, for a check on the forecast. Kevin, the rain's continuing outside.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, Justin, with the clouds and the showers for today, a cool day, 60s and 70s, not bad for July 3rd. Typically, we're hotter than that. 2 years ago today, Bismarck was 107 degrees. I think many of us agree today was a lot better, and the rain certainly has been welcome. It would be nice if it fell in more areas that need it, like up and down the Montana and North Dakota border, but we'll take what we can get across the south, unfortunately remaining bone dry farther toward the north. Not much expected, no rain in fact expected around Williston toward Minot here for tonight. Another band moving through once again southeast Montana into the southern half, maybe third of North Dakota and northern South Dakota as we work our way through the night. Here's a look at our high resolution First Warn Sky Tracker radar forecast here. Again, more showers and storms coming out of Wyoming, southeast Montana towards southwest North Dakota, northern South Dakota. Again, all remaining dry across the U.S. 2 sector, but I-94, those showers and thunderstorms, some producing some heavy rain. That might drop another quarter to a half of an inch, and the showers may linger into the first half of our July 4th. But we should be good to go by the time we get those fireworks displays off the ground here, literally, Justin, by mid-evening tomorrow evening. Longer-term forecast coming up a little bit later.
An unattended cooking fire at a southwest Minot apartment early this morning sent one person to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Here's footage a viewer shared with us this morning on the scene. Austin Burns with Minot Fire said they received the call shortly before 2 a.m. at the Chateau Apartments. Crews from all 4 stations responded. Burns said fire crews located the cooking fire in a second-floor unit and were able to limit the damage to 1 unit, but the apartment was evacuated during the response. The status of the person sent to the hospital is unclear. The Bismarck Fire Department responded to a mobile home fire a little after midnight this morning. The fire was reported on the 2500 block of Centennial Drive, where firefighters found heavy fire and smoke on the deck and front entry. All residents of the home were evacuated, but one pet had to be pulled from the fire. It received medical care from the firefighters and a veterinarian. Firefighters were able to put the fire out in roughly 15 minutes. The cause is still under investigation. Well, the Dawson County Sheriff's Office is asking for help looking for a missing woman. Renee Arcand was last seen on Tuesday, June 27th, camping at Fish Intake near Glendive. Arcand is 36 years old, about 5'6", weighs 150 pounds, and has brown hair and hazel eyes. She has a heart and vine tattoo on her leg and a "This Too Shall Pass" quote on her wrist. If you have any information on her whereabouts, contact the Dawson County Sheriff's Office at 406-377-5291. A South Hart woman charged with threatening Governor Doug Burgum will go through a psychological evaluation to see if she is fit for trial. Court documents say 46-year-old Jody Kuntz made several phone calls this year saying Burgum would meet his demise. Kuntz's lawyers made the request for evaluation, saying Kuntz has a history of psychiatric conditions and treatment. Kuntz could serve just less than a year in jail and a fine of up to $3,000 if she is found guilty of harassment. Recycling bins showed up this morning at around 13,000 homes in Minot. Jason Sorensen, Utilities Director, says they're single-stream recycling so they can take paper, plastic, clean aluminum metals, steel, and tin cans except glass. He says it's hard to say how much it'll save the city down the line because they'll need to compare how many tons get collected and the space it could cost in a landfill.
At this point, just with all the unknowns of how many people are going to participate, we just don't really get to that yet.
You can visit City of Minot website to fill out an opt-out form. The first recycling pickup is in 2 weeks. A longtime project to bring a child care facility to Williston State College is near completion. President Burnell Hiring said Bright Beginnings is about 60% complete and on track to be finished by August 4th. The facility will be inside the Crichton building and will have capacity for up to 70 children. Janie Cox, the provider, called it a premier early childhood education center.
And something we definitely need. The building is looking amazing. It's going to be amazing. The playground, I just can't wait. I'm excited for the little kids out here.
More details about the facility can be found on our website. The city of Berthold is starting their Independence Day celebration at 11 tonight, and have music group Alabama is scheduled for their event. It may not look like it now, but Elijah DeBalt, member of Berthold Park Board, says they'll have B&B races, pie eating contests, and food trucks. She says if the weather is raining on their parade, they'll move events to the Sportsman building.
We have a lot going on in a small town. 4th of July is very big for Berthold.
She says the parade tomorrow will start at 11 a.m. Bodenau, North Dakota is an 8-hour drive away from North Battleford, Saskatchewan, but Colton Gulfett's family will use to the scenery along Sakakawea Highway 11 soon. Colton signed with the Battle for its North Stars of the SJHL this afternoon. The junior plans to forego his senior season in Botany, finishing with 56 career goals, 38 assists, and 94 points in his 3 years on the high school team. He played his entire career in hockey in Botany. Well, coming up on First News at 9, 2 North Dakota guys have created an anthem for our state.
Sure wish we could get rain in more areas, but again, southern North Dakota between another 1/4 inch throughout the night. More coming up next.
This is West Dakota Fox News at 9.
Dear road rivals, cheer up, want to be twinsies? If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Get 3.99% APR for up to 48 months on 5 of your favorite Toyota models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Over the last 40 years, Langang Home Center has guided over 25,000 families in their home improvement projects. With our own installation crews, we provide unrivaled service and can tackle any remodel in or outside your house. Langang will work with you to renovate your home using innovative designs and timeless products. All backed by a company North Dakota has grown to know and trust. When it comes to your home, you can choose Langang or settle for less.
One of the most common foot problems that people have is called plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, heel pain, they're all the same thing. 90 to 95% of people will heal from plantar fasciitis without surgery. By far the most important thing when it comes to plantar fasciitis is taking the stress off of the plantar fascia. I see patients 2 to 3 times and we get them heading in the right direction.
Touchmark is a full-service retirement community. Our continuum of care, we have independent living residents, assisted living residents, and memory care residents. Pembroke is our memory support neighborhood, kind of a bridge between assisted living and memory care. People can come in at any different stage of the aging process. We do have a team here that is dedicated to making sure that we help with that transition and create the lifestyle you see being your perfect retirement way of living.
Dear road rivals, cheer up, want to be twinsies? If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Get 3.99% APR for up to 48 months on 5 of your favorite Toyota models. Toyota. Let's go places.
In 1947, North Dakota designated North Dakota Hymn as the official state song. Now in 2023, the state has a new state anthem. The anthem was written by 2 childhood friends and lifelong North Dakotans. It celebrates North Dakota's people and the beauty, and it's instilling a renewed pride in those who live here. Jody Kurzman reports.
This is the result of a project 2 buddies started working on during the pandemic.
There's a place that springs to mind where pale pink prairie roses bloom.
They never expected it would go this far.
Skies of hopeful blue.
I'm a teacher's aide. I'm a dad. That's my life now. So this whole thing is not what I expected.
But 2 years ago, Josh Silbernagel and his childhood friend Kyle Gagner started writing this song, the North Dakota Anthem.
It was just 2 North Dakota guys kind of geeking out about North Dakota. We cooked this thing up and we kind of felt like it was something a little bigger than us.
They had some friends in Nashville record the song, then gave it to North Dakota Tourism. Tourism spent time finding just the right images to bring these lyrics to life.
I want people to feel things when they see it, and hopefully it reminds them of home or a memory they had when they were here.
The visual element took all of these thoughts and ideas about the places that I was seeing in my head and put people into them. And it was really moving for me to see that.
The video has North Dakotans standing a little taller, proud to call this state home.
That reminds me that these are all the reasons why you fell in love with this state and why you choose to live, work, play here, and call it home.
I'm always proud to be from North Dakota.
This is North Dakota.
I love the land, I love the people. It's just a special place.
A special place that this song might just inspire others to visit and maybe even call home. In Bismarck, I'm Jody Kurzman, reporting for your News Leader.
You can listen to the anthem on the North Dakota Tourism YouTube page. It's also uploaded to all streaming channels. Just search North Dakota Anthem. Now we'll send things back over to our chief meteorologist, Kevin Lawrence. Kevin, I just got back from New Jersey the other night where it was raining. I'm hoping this is clearing up here.
Yeah, you're right on that. The East Coast has seen all kinds of rain, and now we've had our fair share in parts of the viewing area, but certainly not everywhere. But more of the same in the same areas later tonight into tomorrow. Cool July 3rd, all things considered. Normal high 82. We were at 73 in Bismarck, 79 in 73 in Minot, 79 in Bismarck, 70 in Williston. Hardly in the 70s in a few places. And again, 2 years ago, we had blazing heat between about 105 and 107 degrees. But the forecast for tomorrow will put this as the coolest 4th of July in about 18 or 19 years. We've got to go back to 2004 or 5 to find a comparable year, 4th of July that is. So quite amazing. Other parts of the country are certainly baking, but we're not here for tomorrow. In fact, many of us won't even get out of the 60s for tomorrow, which means it'll be a cool night tomorrow night. You might need a hoodie, you might need a jacket. Look at the temps here at 9 o'clock around 60 degrees, and we could be in the low to mid 50s by 11 o'clock. So expect widespread 50s during the 10 o'clock hour when most fireworks displays might be going off right there. Pretty close to dusk. Meanwhile, for Wednesday morning, this is tomorrow night, Wednesday morning here, we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 40s for many areas. Refreshing indeed, that's for sure. Give the air conditioners a break. Remember just yesterday, we were in the mid to upper 90s in many places. Now showers and thunderstorms continue. I know, Minot, not you, not Stanley, not Ray, not Williston, even Sydney or Glasgow, but central and southern North Dakota, another batch of showers and thunderstorms coming out of Wyoming and moving into southeast Montana, South Dakota as well. Could be a bit bumpy into the night here. A few rumbles of thunder. Severe weather prospects are not zero, but not that great. For tomorrow morning, cloudy skies. Again, a few drips here across the southern tier of North Dakota, dry farther to the north, but still plenty of clouds. Look at this noon snapshot. Almost in the 50s in Williston, 62 degrees, 65 in Minot. Showery, maybe a little drizzly over southern North Dakota. This is not your typical July 4th weather, that's for sure. By 3 o'clock, maybe the last of the showers moving through, and let's just hope that by early evening, at least by sunset, we should be able to see some clearing skies. But that's also going to result in a cool down too, again with widespread 50s here in just about 24 hours. So there you go. That's the way it's looking right now. Longer term, 6 to 10 days between the 9th and the 13th. Below normal temperatures are favored with precip prospects perhaps above normal. So this is going to be quite the July the way it looks, at least the first half of the month. Other parts of the country are just really simply baking. We're not, Justin. Look at this. 70s for highs or 60s for tomorrow and Wednesday for some.
That looks great and great for the 4th of July. I'm looking forward to that.
Hopefully the mosquitoes are gone, but you just never know.
I know, I'm hoping for that too. Thanks,
right,
Kevin.
you bet.
Well, coming up next, a popular roadside attraction is aiming to bring awareness on their efforts to conserve a certain animal.
Your latest weather forecast is here on West Dakota Fox News at 9.
Since 1908, H.A. Thompson & Sons has helped thousands of buildings run comfortably through the hottest and coldest weather in North Dakota.
Now, our guaranteed maintenance agreements for heating and cooling systems keep your equipment running efficiently, reducing costs, and providing consistent comfort. Preventive maintenance doesn't cost, it actually saves, and we'll show you how to save money and improve your comfort.
Working together, we'll find ways to help your building and budget with our custom maintenance plans.
Call us today, H.A. Thompson & Sons.
5.5% interest on a home. Remember those days? Then people started using words like inflation and recession, and everything, including buying a new home, became more expensive. At Verity Homes, we don't use words like inflation or recession. So from now until July 31st, you can buy any Verity inventory home from any one of our new communities with a 30-year fixed rate of only 5.5% interest. Visit our website and select your new Verity home today. Legendary, Legacy, Verity.
Troy Barber, Red Wing Shoes. People know me as the shoe guy. I work with a lot of the safety footwear directors around the state and around our industry. One of the things that I really enjoy about working with my customers is asking a lot of questions. I love the challenge of being able to take somebody who says, I am at my wit's end, I don't know what to do, can you help? And I can help. Thank you, North Dakota, for buying North Dakota first.
The sale of the season is here. It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row. That's 5 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, make your cash go further with 6 years no-interest financing. And check out doorbusters while they last. But don't wait. The Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends Tuesday the 4th.
Jamestown is home to the world's largest bison statue. One group is hoping soon the city will also be recognized for their conservation efforts for that animal. Bella Kraft has more.
Millions of American bison, much smaller than this one, used to roam North Dakota and other states about 150 years ago. Now there's only a fraction, but they are on the comeback. And I learned how one herd is managed here in Jamestown. It's only a couple steps up for people to embark on an educational journey about one of the country's most famous animals.
We're going to head to the South Pasture.
Amazing. It was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It was awe-striking. It was really exciting, you know, and then their grunts. That was the one thing that really just like, that they're just very powerful.
This is what you're going to be able to feed to the bison when we get in there.
The National Buffalo Museum in Jamestown manages these hungry bison.
So how many bison do you think are in North America?
The museum takes care of about 20 animals that are split between two herds.
We manage our herds more similar to livestock than as wildlife. So our herds are in enclosed pastures. We supplement feed them with hay and minerals when we need to, depending on the time of the year.
The museum brought the bison to this area from Theodore Roosevelt National Park in the mid-90s. Zeno says initially this was just a chance for tourists to see the animals up close. Now the museum is working on conserving the species and educating visitors.
Restoring the bison is our country's greatest conservation success story, and so we're really proud of that. And we want people to know how they can participate and how they can advocate for bison restoration.
People like Christine and Pamela can still come experience the animals up close on a tour.
I love the fact that you can get so close up close and personal. This is something I would never see in Tennessee.
They are taking away more than just pictures from the experience. They're also getting a mini lesson on bison.
Do you remember anything you learned?
Kind of seeing the herd in action, you know, the hierarchy and their personalities. The one that was really curious and kept following us around, and to actually like see the calf nursing its mother was just amazing. And to give people the knowledge and that this is still very important to maintain.
About 15,000 bison still roam public land in the U.S. More than 400,000 are managed in private herds. In Jamestown, I'm Bella Kraft reporting for your News Leader.
The museum will be changing its name to the North American Bison Discovery Center and is working on expanding their educational efforts in the upcoming years. There is a memorial for a girl who was killed last 4th of July outside of Copper Dog Cafe in Mandan today. A relative of Mabel Ray Askey, who passed away at the Mandan 4th of July parade last year, asked Third Day Family Farms in Mandan to create a seed remembrance stand. Third Day Family Farms says Askey loved wildflowers and would grab a bouquet while walking outside.
I didn't know Mabel Ray myself, but from what I understand, she had a really great spirit to her, and so I hope that's what people remember when these flowers grow, her great spirit, and then hopefully carry that on in their own life.
The stand has sunflower and forget-me-not seeds because they can still grow this summer. It will be up through tomorrow. The Minot Shrine Club is hosting its first annual 4th of July parade tomorrow at 10 a.m. Steve Belcher, president of the Minot Shrine Club, says the last parade he personally remembers was from when he was a child. He says a lot of veterans will make an appearance, including groups representing disabled American veterans, American Legion, and Vet Center of South Broadway.
It's a celebration of our nation's independence. There are a lot of veterans here. We have a Minot Air Force Base here. We need one.
The Parks Department will be holding a 4th of July festival at Roosevelt Park following the parade. The Department of Environmental Quality says nearly 2,300 barrels of produced water was released from a pipeline roughly 14 miles southeast of Tioga on Thursday. The company who operates the line, Enable Bakken Crude Services LLC, says some of the leak impacted agricultural land. State officials are on site and overseeing the cleanup. The Department of Environmental Quality says a truck accident today caused roughly 150 barrels of crude oil to spill onto a roadway ditch about 10 miles northwest of Ray. State officials are on site overseeing the cleanup and remediation. And roughly 20 gallons of fuel spilled into the Source River 4 miles southeast of Velva yesterday following an excavator accident, according to the State Department of Environmental Quality. The accident was reported by the McHenry County Emergency Manager. A containment boom was put in place to contain the spills. State officials are on site and overseeing cleanup. Well, coming up next, a popular country singer is saying no to a new type of technology that could change the way we see concerts.
Closed captioning, sponsored by Wrestler Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated since 1977.
We need some help.
I know. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com, and if approved, we can have the money in our account as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
Watch Cliff Naylor's best stories from his Off the Beaten Path television series right from your home. A new 3-disc DVD set that includes his reporting on 130 memorable people and places throughout the region is now available. The collection also includes a special bonus feature that explains how this series got its start. Get your copy today by sending a check for $30 to KFYR TV, 200 North 4th Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 58501.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
When it comes to holograms, it's a hard no for Dolly Parton. During a press event for her upcoming album, Rockstar, the legendary country singer was asked about the idea of digital hologram being used in her place after she passes away. The 77-year-old reportedly said the body of work she already has here on Earth will suffice. In recent years, holograms have been used for performance from iconic artists like the late Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Tupac Shakur. Well, we'll now send it back over one last time to Kevin Lawrence. Kevin, what's happening?
Well, I'll tell you what, I got to show you this Sky Spy photo because it's rather phenomenal. And there are many more just like this, Justin. SkySpyPhotos.com. It's our dedicated site, all things weather. You can check it out, and many of them end up right here on the air. Vivid Rainbow, North Bismarck, Rita snapping that Sky Spy photo. Many others to share as well. Meanwhile, more showers and storms. We're not done yet because of what's happening in southeast Montana. That'll move into western South Dakota and skip along the southern half of North Dakota into the night. Those along US 2. Yeah, northern Montana, northeast Montana, northern North Dakota likely going to remain dry with this system. Seems like so many have been passing by those areas. Meanwhile, beautiful 7-day temp-wise, mostly 70s for highs.
All right, well, everyone have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow.
One of the most common foot problems that people have is called plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, heel pain, they're all the same thing. 90 to 95% of people will heal from plantar fasciitis without surgery. By far the most important thing when it comes to plantar fasciitis is taking the stress off of the plantar fascia. I see patients 2 to 3 times and we get them heading in the right direction.
Journey to 50 new and exciting destinations in North and South Dakota and eastern Montana. With Cliff Naylor's new Dakota Day Trips book, The Road to Rural Wonders is the latest edition of Cliff's popular travel series based on his off-the-beaten-path television stories. Get your copy today and start exploring lots of unique and interesting local sites. Send a check for $15 to KFYR TV, 200 North 4th Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 58501.
It really ruined everything. I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry, we got this.
Great. Well, let's stop her from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven? More dollars saved? More life embraced? And more electrified vehicles than any other brand? Yours, Toyota Hybrids.
Right now, existing current Toyota owners or lessees can get up to $1,000 loyalty cash on the purchase or lease of a new 2023 Toyota. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.